on DC News Now. Splashdown for our astronauts home from a historic journey around the moon. An Arc de Triomphe in DC.
Looks like a knockoff of the one in France, so I think that's silly.
We're getting to see the latest gilded proposal from President Trump.
Some slightly cooler air is going to fill in across the area on Saturday. We'll let you know if it stays on the cooler side throughout the entire weekend.
Pulling more out of already a weakening or a strained community. I mean, you're going to put us in peril.
Pepco is raising rates for families in Maryland as soon as next week. We're breaking down the increase in costs.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now. I'm Susan Tran. Chris Flanagan has the night off. We are taking a live look right now. Artemis 2, the 4 astronauts, they have returned. They have splashed down. This is the capsule right here. This is off the San Diego coast in the Pacific Ocean. These are all of the Navy assets that are over there. They just opened the hatch door, and the work now is to get all of the astronauts out of the capsule. What is happening is that NASA says they have a full 2 hours to accomplish this mission. They have divers, the Navy divers, they're going in, they're going to check out each and every astronaut before they are let out of the capsule. At some point, they're going to be able to be harnessed in, and then they're going to be helicoptered out of the area. And that is the whole process of making sure that they are safe now that they have splashed down and come home. These 4 astronauts had a 10-day historic mission that included flying the farthest from Earth to see the backside of the moon for the very first time ever. NASA says they will have traveled nearly 700,000 miles in this complete journey. The data they have collected will shape every mission ahead. And best of all, the only hitch thus far, a busted toilet that was quickly fixed. And we're going to continue to follow those very latest details of the Artemis crew that has splashed down right on time at 8:07 Eastern Time. You can follow the details on air and online at dcnewsnow.com. The district's new curfew zone in Navy Yard is now in place, which means large groups of kids are not allowed to gather in the area. And you can see the boundaries of the zone highlighted in yellow here. The restrictions come just in time for the start of spring break for DC students. Large groups of 9 or more children are not allowed to gather there in Navy Yard this weekend after 8 p.m. So right now you should be at home. Then that bleeds, of course, right into the citywide nightly curfew between 11 p.m. and 6 in the morning. We are getting a look at President Trump's plans for a massive arch that he is planning to be built between the Lincoln Memorial and Arlington National Cemetery. At 250 feet tall, it will be more than twice the height of the monument honoring President Lincoln. The renderings you can see here also showing several golden fixtures, including eagles, lions, and a winged figure. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live where the arch is set to go. And Daniel, what's the reaction been like for this latest architectural change that the president is proposing?
Susan, people we talked with today repeatedly told me they do not want an arch here, not only because it will block this beautiful view, but because they think it's just unnecessary.
The U.S. Commission of Fine Arts released these new renderings of President Trump's planned arch, which he says will be, quote, the greatest and most beautiful triumphal arch anywhere in the world.
My gut reaction was that it just looks like a knockoff of the one in France, so I think that's silly, and we should, if he wants to make something, why not make an original design?
For perspective, the Arc de Triomphe in Paris stands 164 feet tall. This would be 250 feet tall. It includes a 60-foot statue of what appears to be Lady Liberty with her crown and torch with wings, flanked by 2 eagles and guarded by 4 lions, all gilded.
So unnecessary. Yeah. I don't agree with it at all. I don't agree with the renaming of the Kennedy Center to include him. I don't agree with the ballroom, and I certainly don't agree with this new arc that he wants to put up.
And unlike the ballroom project, which is privately funded, the Arch could get $15 million in taxpayer funding, according to the National Endowment for the Humanities fiscal spending plan.
I don't want to pay for it. I mean, it's purely ego-driven. There is no need for this.
Whether it's an eyesore or not, there are bigger concerns going on right now than some monument to some person's ego.
Public Citizen is suing on behalf of 3 Vietnam War veterans and an architectural historian, saying Congress has not authorized this, and it also blocks that view between Arlington National Cemetery and the Lincoln Memorial. There hasn't been any movement so far other than these renderings being submitted, so we will have to wait and see how this plays out. We're live in Southwest D.C. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thanks for that update. We have our meteorologist, Damon Matson, and my friend, it was gorgeous out there.
Oh, I know.
What a way to start Friday and the weekend.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, we all felt that warmth, the sunshine just without end. So what a beautiful, beautiful day it was. And we're hoping to continue that into the weekend here. Look at those temperatures today. This was earlier this afternoon, of course. We did hit the 70s pretty much on average across the region. But look at how many locations also got to 80 degrees. DC was kind of on the cooler side of this range at 74, but the high temperature, Manassas, Fredericksburg 80, Cumberland also hit 81. So we certainly saw the impact that that sunshine and some pretty steady southerly winds had as well. Now, we got all of this warmth built up ahead of a front that is crossing through here as we head into the middle of the night. It does have a decent line of rainfall attached to it. Most of the steady rain with this, though, is up to the north across New York and Pennsylvania. The activity that's trying to drift over the Allegheny front, it's fizzling out as it arrives here in the DMV. So at most, we're only going to have a few stray showers over the mountains, and then as we head into the day on Saturday, just that quickly, it's right back to very sunny skies. But notice the temperatures here. They're not going to be budging much through the morning tomorrow. Yes, we're in for some cooler air on Saturday. Well, where will our temperatures end up for the start of the weekend? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, looking forward to that. Thank you. Pepco wants to raise rates in Maryland, but the final decision is up to the state's Public Service Commission. It comes at a time when so many families are already really struggling to afford their current energy bills. DC News Now's Yamri Sase joining us live here in studio. And Yamri, talk about what's behind the proposed increase here.
Yeah, so essentially Pepco tells me they're requesting a distribution rate increase that would add about $11 to $12 a month to the average customer's bill. Now, they say that money would go toward upgrading power lines, substations, and even making the grid more reliable, especially during storms. But for many customers, the concern isn't just about why, it's about when.
Pulling more out of already a weakening or a strained community. I mean, you're going to put us in peril.
Delonte Harrison represents the Camp Springs Civic Association, where he says many residents are living off fixed incomes. He says in recent months, some people in his community, including himself, have already seen their energy bills double.
It's very frustrating. A lot of community is just comparing bills like it's a conversation piece.
Now Pepco is asking to increase its distribution rates, which could mean about an extra $11 to $12 a month for the average customer. The company says the increase is part of a long-term plan to improve reliability and prevent outages.
They're everything from substations that we would build to different programs that we would have to ensure that we were cutting down trees so that they don't fall on lines during storms. We're looking to try to continue to invest in the system to support what customers would like to see from a resiliency and reliability perspective.
But before anything is final, the Maryland Public Service Commission has to sign off. State regulators will hold public hearings next week, giving customers a chance to voice their concerns before a decision is made. For Harrison, he says right now the timing just doesn't make sense.
Maybe they should just take a year off or two until we get some finance things in order for the community, because you can't keep taking from places that we don't have money.
Well, now the final rate increase will be determined by the Maryland Public Service Commission if it is approved. And Pepco says it does understand customers' concerns and has an assistance program for anyone who may need help paying their bills. Now, the virtual public hearing is scheduled for April 14th and 17th, but a final decision will not be made until August. For now, reporting in the studio, I'm Yammer Sase, DC News Now.
Yamari, thank you. Families across the DMV are also struggling with the high cost of energy bills. It has DC's mayor, along with the governors of Maryland and Virginia, pushing for the country's largest energy grid company to prioritize affordability. PJM Interconnection runs the wholesale of electricity in 13 states and D.C. The DMV leaders joining others to urge the company to ensure that electricity prices are at their lowest possible rate with the most reliable service. They say the strain stems primarily from the rapid rise of those data centers, and they're working to make sure those centers are paying their fair share for all the electricity and the infrastructure they require. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser laying out her 2027 budget. It's her final one as a city's leader. The $21.2 billion plan is slightly lower than last year's, and the mayor says it's due to some really tough choices in a difficult economy. She says health care will be preserved, but there were cuts to several high-profile programs. One major change impacts universal paid leave. There will be a one-year pause on all new medical claims except for parental leave. There's also no new enrollments for the rapid rehousing program, which helps people who are experiencing homelessness. The salaries for city employees, that will remain flat, and the union negotiations will be on hold. The proposal leaving some council members to question all these cuts.
How does this budget speak to the struggling working class people trying to stay in D.C.?
One of the biggest investments that we have with people who have lower incomes is in health care.
The administration says Medicaid funding will remain fully intact even as costs rise. Another change targets the Pay Equity Fund, which helps to bring the pay of early childhood educators to match those of school teachers. The mayor wants to shift away from that type of initiative. The budget now heads over to the council, which will debate and revise it over the next 2 months. The National Cherry Blossom Festival Parade is tomorrow along Constitution Avenue, and it starts tomorrow morning at 10 over there on Constitution Avenue between 7th and 17th Streets. You'll be able to see giant colorful balloons, elaborate floats, marching bands, and performers all celebrating the pink petals.
Such an incredible experience. We are very, very excited to have them all come and dedicate their time to this. They've been practicing online but since February, and then of course coming together now to do this for tomorrow.
The parade is the finale for closing out the Cherry Blossom celebrations.